Hi guys, this is a market update for the week of um, what is today? Ooh, it's Friday the 13th of May. Okay, so um, we had another week on the downside, and this is look, it's the third week in the row on the downside after I briefly touched almost the level seen in November. Okay, this high here, then immediately moved down. I think this rally it's a little bit in trouble at this point. Okay, this is the weekly chart. Um, it's not that obvious actually in the weekly chart. Let me show you. Let me go here. The line. Okay. So pretty much a little bit. You cannot say this is a clear low in here. Let's say, at least from consider this low, which is anyway it's a small one. It's not significant. Okay, I'm not gonna make a big deal anyway. But definitely it's not this rally. It's problematic at this point. Okay, so let's look on a intermediate time frame and 2 hour chart, and here things are a little bit more clearer, so if you see this was the buy signal in here, and now we have the sell signal. Actually the last video I made was on the day when it did cross low more than a week ago. Okay, so I didn't put a link anywhere on the market watch or anything. So if you want to get this updates in real time, probably it's better to subscribe, so there you'll be announced when if I publish something during the week. I'm not doing this usually, but unless something really big happen. And this, I think, for those of you who are interested in trading in these rallies or these plunges, I mean, these are pretty significant ones. We're talking here about 300 points, on S&P. This is a big deal, so this is, I don't know, it may be looks like a sell signal to me. Okay, it didn't make another low in here below 243, but it doesn't mean that next week cannot do it. So I didn't read the news pretty much. I was pretty busy. Not sure exactly why is doing what it's doing. I mean, on the other hand, I don't really care. It's this is assessing the behavior with people who have more information than the Wall Street. So if Wall Street it's selling, it must have a reason. Okay, well, I don't really need to understand why they're selling. I am just uh, joining them. Okay, so so here it looks like a sell signal. We had a big move from 244 40 points actually, but we didn't hold. We didn't hold this, so the moving average didn't cross, and they're moving down again. So as I said, this is on the longer time frame, which I'm more interested. The picture is not clear at all. Okay, so this is trading pretty much sideways. Despite this big move, the overall conclusion they're moving sideways. So market needs to have a reason to move up from here. Okay, so if we take this high, that definitely will be bullish again. Okay, on long term. But look, look like the last 2 years, nothing happened. Or if you take the May 2015 last year, okay, about this time, when was the market touched this level, 21, 25 on weekly, I think it's a little bit more on daily, like 21, 30 something, So this is the high. We didn't make another high. It didn't make another high. It made, however, made two lower lows. Okay, so if I have to judge this, okay, I will say it's neutral to bearish from this point of view. Okay, made higher, lower lows, not necessarily lower heights. This I cannot consider lower lows. So pretty much it's almost the same level as here. Okay, so if you had this lower high, and I had another one like here, for example, that will be more convincing, you know. And the same picture looks pretty much on Dow. It's almost the same. Okay, just the Nasdaq actually, that's in terms of low rows actually look more bearish, but look at the moving averages, they touch what they didn't cross. However, you can do it, they're very close right now, you know. So I'll watch this. And actually the Qs are also very important. This is Nasdaq 100, the best 100 companies. So this is Facebook, this is Apple, this is Google, you know, all these big companies are in here. So this is not surprising, that's the most bullish. Okay, so not they're moving down a little bit, but not even touching, you know. So I think this is the most bullish one. Probably if this turns negative, that will be a real signal that a new bear market started. So best not to anticipate. I mean, to be honest, this is for the first time in years when this moving averages actually don't work that well. So this is clearly a whipsawing here. It was a pretty big one actually. So this is the sell signal was pretty much in here at the top, you know. So again, a buy signal in here, which I tend not to trust at this moment, you know, unless it's making a higher high. So we'll see. That usually what I do, these things, I'm telling you, this longer moving averages rarely gives this kind of whipsaw. Okay, it was another one in here, almost a whipsaw in here. So pretty much what I do, I need to increase a little bit. I mean, you take the loss, you know, then adjust this so you don't get this anymore. Okay, so if I get, say, so on the 5 weeks, I can increase this 35 to 70 eventually, and maybe I keep this the same, or I can go to less, you know, instead of 5 days, 6 days. So in 6 days, okay, you can see that they're not. This is you may see this is like cheating yourself. Okay, well, in a way it is, you know, but 7 days, like this will be much more safer than, okay, in 6 days they're almost crossing. So I don't like to see this. I want to see a little bit of distance between them then across. But the longer this moving averages go, the entries, I mean the on the buy, on the long side, or on the sell side are a bit later, so it's not that as profitable. But you need to strike a balance between going in at a better time, at a better price, and having some whipsaw, or going later, but you're more on the safe side. So I'm telling you, this is a balance. So this worked fine. I show you till 1990, okay, in the last 20 years. So it's absolutely wonderful. So now is the time. Something of a lot of things changed since 1990. Okay, the ETFs, this quantitative easing, let's put it this way, you know. So it's a little what people call manipulation, you know. Usually doesn't matter that much. They're included, you know. So even manipulations including in charts, you know. But sometimes, you know, look, this happens. So the good thing is you don't have to adjust this. You can keep it for years and years, you know, which is good. Now it's probably one of the times which I need to be adjusted a little bit. Okay. Unless, of course, it gives immediately another cell signal in here, which will be much more clearer than this one. Okay, so it's like looks like a little whipsaw, and immediately have another cell signal as a confirmation. On the other hand, you know, I told you I actually I went ahead of myself. You know, I told you previously that you need to get the signals in all three major time indexes to bit. So Nasdaq actually never did this. So I shouldn't call the bear market before I saw this. Okay, even this, you know, they're getting pretty close. So I don't like this. This is not something like that. Something like that. I want to see it. Okay, on 6 days. It's the same thing. Either I keep it the same moving averages, move it to 6 day, or back to weekly, which okay, and increase a little bit of this. So That's what emotions do, you know. So your head is not very clear when you do this, when you work with money in general. So that's why it's better to um, be a little bit more like a robot. Okay, have a system beforehand. So find the system when your mind is clear, you know. Then in times like this, you know, dangerous time, let's put it this way, you should know exactly what to do. To have a plan. Okay, so um, going back to SMP, it is one which I like it. So that's the idea. Long term, the picture is not very clear. We need to see something, either a move on the upside, clearing this high, or a moving below this, and we'll have the bear market. So probably the way I look, I mean, I met really professionals, to be honest, you know, and they're split. They're I mean, they're very good, you know. These traders, they kind of Wall Street guys, you know. So even them, they're not convinced which way the market is going from now. So actually, this is seen in here. Okay, so some people believe. I mean, I'm talking about big guys, fund managers, whatever, not people, retail investors. Okay, so they're not sure. So as long as they're not sure, the market will stay like this, will trade sideways. So that's the problem with all these moving averages. The system works well if the market moves either up or down really strongly. When it's trading sideways, you're gonna have the whipsaws. Okay, so let's look a little bit at the other. Gold lost a little bit this week, but still looks strong. I'm telling you, it happens to react to exactly the same moving average last S&P 500. I mean, I'm talking here about long time frames. Okay, so this is clearly a bullish signal here, like a buy signal, you know. So as long as you don't see a move below the small 120, I think it's safer to buy in here. I mean, I don't know. I'm not actually a gold trader. That's a little bit more complicated than the market pair itself. It depends on many other factors. Okay, and I think it's much easier to manipulate, if you put it this way, gold or silver than the whole market. I mean, whole market, you're talking about trillions of dollars, you know. Like this gold, I don't know, probably billions, but not trillions anyway. Silver, pretty much the same. Looks a little bit more bearish than the gold itself, but pretty much the same picture. You know, it really had the big move was here when it went out of this downtrend channel. So this somehow right here, 15. That was the 1.1 you could buy. Okay. It doesn't matter. Anybody can look in the past. I see I should buy here or not. So, but you remember I told this in real time. So I'll give some credit to myself in here. Okay. What else? The oil. I mean, looks still damaged. I mean, the big picture is still bearish, to be honest. You know. But let's look. I mean, that was a huge rally from here. Okay, look. This is ESO, so it's not actually the oil itself, you know. It's but it's a oil fund, okay. So either this or oil, same picture, you know. It's a huge rally, but on the big picture, look how bearish it is. Okay, so we'll see. Again, oil could be manipulated. Depends a lot of politics, you know. Whatever the Saudi Arabia do, Iran, they can manipulate. They can decide to cut the production or this kind of that, things like that. Okay, so what else? Okay, IBB. I looked at this. Somebody asked me what I think about it. This is the biotechnology. Okay, this is a real big downtrend. So let's look a little bit. I remember I told you this about before. This is 2-hour chart, so this is a little bit more like intermediate time frame, you know. And I say if it was definitely trading in range again. I say if it goes about this, you have a chance. At least this is the trend line. I mean, from here to here, you maybe. But look, if it bumps down from here, be prepared to short it again. So it didn't even bump into this trending line. Okay. Obviously, these are big moves. Okay, so 242, 280. That's a pretty big move. But then again, it's a big move down. Okay, so if it still holds this, you'll see another like this. I mean, probably it's again a buy. But looks like it's kind of bottoming here, but trust me, if the stock market, the whole market will go down, this probably will go down as well. So nobody escapes from this kind of moves. Okay. So let's stop it here. So, oh my God, already 15 minutes. So please subscribe if you want, of course. You know that will be good if just in case I have something very important to tell you. And as I tell you, I didn't put this. Usually, I put in MarketWatch or other financial websites, you know, on Yahoo, or put a link to this, you know. But this time I didn't put it. I was busy, or yeah, that's pretty much. And I forgot about that after that. Okay. So if you want to have be a little bit ahead of the others, I mean, you can subscribe. Okay. See you next time. Let's see. Maybe the market will clarify itself. Okay. Bye.